This is the instructional video for Renegade. Here's how it works. You have a card selected, we'll say the 9 of clubs is the selection. You have it returned to the middle and you control it to the top by your favorite method. I use double undercut, which is where I catch a break above the selected card. I transfer the break to a thumb break and then I undercut half the deck below the break and then the remainder of the pack. So it's a standard double undercut. At this point, the selection is on top of the pack. Now you turn the pack face up and you can use whatever pattern you'd like in terms of the fact that you're going to mess up the deck and really mix it. Here's how this works. Start with the right hand palm up. Grab cards. Okay, just thumb them over, spread them in. Now the whole motion of this entire sequence is you're always going to flip cards. You're going to use your right hand to turn palm down or your left hand to turn palm down, and you're going to feed cards always above. Okay, so if you have these cards here, if you turn your hand down, you're going to feed them below. If you turn it back over, you're going to feed them above. All you're doing, this entire sequence, whenever you turn your hands, all it's going to really do, if you keep feeding cards below, see how I'm feeding them onto the bottom of this pile? If I feed them above and below at the same time, what I'm always doing is I'm always keeping half the deck going one way and half the deck going the other way. And the 9 of clubs is on the bottom. So to really mess this up, like I'm saying, you're going to turn your hand palm down with the right hand. You could thumb some over with your left hand. Then you could go ahead and turn both hands over. So your right hand's palm up, your left hand's palm down. Flip both hands back if you want. Just flip your right hand, flip your left hand. All you're doing, just watch my motions. Watch which hand is turning palm down and which one's turning palm up. I'm never really doing anything to the deck because I'm always feeding cards in the same directions. Okay, so that on top, I'm going to have half face down, and on the bottom, I'm always going to have half face up. Now, for the selected card, once you get to the bottom, here's what I recommend doing. When you have about 4 or 5 cards left, turn your hand palm down. Your right hand palm down, your left hand is palm up. Feed all these face-up cards, okay, onto the bottom of the pack. Feed them face up and turn your hand up so that people can't see these cards because you don't want them seeing the selection. Turn them up, and at this point, okay, take all the cards above. I'll show you an exposed view. All the cards above the selected card, and then what you're going to do is you're going to turn your hand back over, but as you do that, you're going to flip the 9 of clubs over using your forefinger to flip it over. So what it's going to look like from here, unexposed, is it's going to just go flipped under the packet. But in reality, what's going to happen is since you're turning this pile over, these are all face up on the bottom, you're turning the 9 of clubs down, you're going to have the situation of half the deck being face down, followed by half the deck being face up, with the selected card on the bottom, facing a different direction, face down. Now, at this point, I show that the cards are all mixed up. I cut piles off. I cut a pile within the top quarter of the pack to show face down cards, another one to show cards that are face up, and I do that a few more times just to really emphasize how messed up they are. Now, what you're going to want to try and do is cut at the natural break. When you cut at the natural break, you're going to see 2 faces of cards. You see, if you miss it, if you go short, you're going to see a back and a face. If you go too deep, you're going to see a face and then a back. But if you hit it right on the money, okay, it should be a natural break, you'll see 2 faces. The cards in your right hand, leave them face up, put them on the table, or on whatever working surface you are, drop the rest of the cards on them. What you've just done is sandwich the selection face down among all the face up cards. So at this point, it's all about presentation. Just snap your fingers, do whatever you want, and you can reveal that the deck's fixed itself, all except for 1 card. You can go ahead, you can turn it over, you can show them the selected card. That's the Renegade.